I think Fernando Mendoza would be at the strip club, and every time the DJ would play like an air horn or something, he would cover his ears and say loud noises.
What made you like the under?
Have you ever done eeny, meeny, miny, mo?
Here's the lineup. Goots, please don't splurge every time I name a name. Gunnar Henderson.
Oh.
She goes on a date with this guy, goes back to his apartment, and he does Muay Thai. And he moves the coffee table out of the way and asks her if he can show her his Muay Thai moves. You know what? I'm sick and tired of this mush bullshit. If I tweet I'm going to bet somebody and something goes horribly wrong or they get injured the next play, it's like, yeah, you mushed them. I get it. Yeah. I believe in the mush. I believe in jinxes. I'm a superstitious guy when it comes to this stuff. So AC Milan is Italy.
And that's Milano. Milan is Milano. Got it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How we doing? The forehead is glistening, shining today. I did get a hat. I was wondering if I should wear it, though, or if I should just lean all the way into the 5 head today. What do you think?
Let's get a look at the hat.
Well, it's the Book It Sports hat. Because whatever happened, by the way, to the hats that you were going to send me, did you file the report? Did they ever get back to you?
Yeah, I got a refund.
Oh, okay, good. So maybe we'll try it again.
Yeah, we're going to try it again.
And then we should also maybe actually get some wheels in motion on your hat compilation video to get a sponsor, because that would be a very, very good idea. And tomorrow's not promised, so
tomorrow is not promised.
Let's get that up and moving. Good morning, everybody. It's great to be with you. Sorry for the late start, and also bad news. We might have another late start tomorrow. On that note, so I see we have sub banks coming left and right. Total Slayer gave out 5. A community train level 5 achieved. Wow, level 6.
Total Slayer gave out 10, dude. Danny E gave out 5. Jesus resubbed. Money Habits resubbed. The boys are splooging in the morning.
And you gave out 5 as well. That's so funny. It is very funny to see sometimes when there's like the top sub gifter is a guy who does a show on the channel. Do you know that your name is up there?
Yeah, I know that my name's up there. I like giving back to the people.
Yeah. Oh, look at you. I'm such a give back to the people guy. Yeah. How's it fucking feel, Prince Charming?
The Gummy one resubscribed. We're splooging, dude. We're at a level 6. Lieutenant Goose resubscribed. 51 months. Level 6 hype train.
51 months is a very long time. That's oh my God, that's over 4 years. Wow, money laundering. Very funny. I like that. I will. Good job. Favorite senior citizens. What's up, Joel P? Green Guards Clean Steak says Fid with 3 Ds. Steak is a man of the people. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. How was your Diddy party Saturday, Jeff? That's very funny. Degen does fake giveaways. Oh, that's right. I do have to. I have that giveaway from 2 weeks ago that I have to do. I know, isn't that crazy?
2 weeks.
I think so. Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago. The pick a POD. There was like 5 people that entered, so that's pretty good chances for whoever made a comment. Yeah, you look like that owl that you almost shot. Splooging. What's up, Killajohn Tom? Good to see you. Pega, are you in here? Can you do me a favor? Can you DM me again, because Pega was nice enough to put everybody's name that commented in a DM for me. And then I got to write everybody's name and put it out there. Don't let me forget. Please don't let me forget to do the giveaway selection today. No, we're not watching AI fruit videos, please. Jeff Addy, a giveaway should be done by Christmas. I don't know that I get it, but that's pretty funny.
I'm trying really hard to give up the AI fruit videos. So just please don't ask me about them, chat.
You're trying hard. You still haven't given them up?
I mean, I'll be honest.
Please be honest.
This is the most honest thing I could tell you.
Thank you for being honest.
I'm about to get honest right now.
I love how honest you are.
5 days clean. I didn't watch one for 5 whole days, and then Trent DM'd me one.
Oh, that's kind of fucked.
It's fucked.
That's kind of fucked. Yeah. Is your algorithm not giving them to you anymore, or when you see one, you just scroll by it quickly?
Scroll by quickly. If I even watch for a second, I'm watching the whole thing. And not only am I watching the whole thing, if I watch for a second, I'm looking for part 2.
Oh God.
Because, like, for example, what happens after the banana gets embarrassed by the eggplant at the gym? He steals the banana's wife. The banana spends a long time trying to become stronger. And then all of a sudden, that's part 1. What happens in part 2? Like, I need to see if the banana gets his wife back, beats up the eggplant. Like, I need to see what fucking happens, dude.
What was the one that Trent DM'd you? Was it a good story?
Oh, fuck. Nope, it wasn't.
All right. Yeah, I figured as much. Very funny. Somehow Gen Z is going to get the blame for this. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Eggplant gonna make banana bread with that motherfucker. Okay, all right, we're gonna move on. My Twitter is blowing up right now, by the way, because of this foul, non-foul call that we have to get to. But Steak, we have so many things to talk about on this Monday morning. It is April 6th. First week into April, the Final Four has commenced. It's over with. But there was a lot of action. There was a lot of things going on. I've told you I'm going to make a list so that we don't forget because we have so much time. How is the board, by the way? I haven't even taken a glance at it.
The baseball board's nice. We've gotten to the point at the NBA season where like 2 games matter a night. Sure. I cannot wait for the playoffs. The Lakers shit is pretty sad. Like Luka's back in Europe now, getting help, and Austin Reeves is injured too. They're saying they're trying to come back for the playoffs, but man, the Lakers were the hottest team in the NBA, and I would have really liked to see those 3 guys in the playoffs. So it'd be fucking brutal if it's just Bronny and Braun out there. But the NBA playoffs are going to be really good.
That sucks. I don't like injuries. That's unfortunate. Weren't they 15-2 in March at one point? I think they were. And Luka was averaging 40 points a game.
They were going absolutely insane. Did you see the highlight of the OKC game where Luka's laying on the floor hurt and the fans yelling at him and Austin Reeves is defending him?
Yep, I love that.
Yeah, need a teammate like Austin Reeves.
Yeah, forgot to comment on that. That was cool. And I'm all for like opposing or home fans chirping the away fans like in good fun. I didn't like that at all. I loved Austin Reeves barking back at that dude. What did the guy say? He said like that's what it feels like to play defense or something.
Yeah, but also I think he was just basically doing what people do to NBA players, like you're not really hurt, get up, That kind of
yeah. No, it's tough because I mean, I could see myself. I criticize the flopping and the fake hurt stuff all the time, and I can't say for certain that it wouldn't be me, especially if it was like Luka. But watching from afar in the video, it's like, come on, man, don't chirp the guy while he's down. I can't believe he's actually so hurt. He's going back to Europe for treatment.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. Someone in the chat said he's getting stem cells, which is funny. I'm never that guy at NBA games, but I will say, like, I forget if it was 2 or 3 seasons ago, whatever the year we played the Cavs in the first round. There was like an end of the regular season game against the Knicks that really mattered. Mm-hmm. And I was harassing Jalen Brunson. I was out of character, to be completely honest. So much so that he definitely heard me and he looked at me like, you better calm your fucking your ass. Like, he looked at me like, there's just no way you're over there calling me a bitch. I definitely called him a bitch a few times. I regret it. Like, if I could apologize, I would. I never act like that at games, but this game was intense, man. Intense.
Yeah, I got no beef because I like Jalen Brunson, but the way he plays basketball is beyond frustrating. Which leads me to the I mean, I can't wait to talk about the feedback from this picture, but
we might as well get right into the Final Four then.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Yeah, so I'm writing down some things. I had a tweet about FanDuel refunds. We've got baseball we want to recap from the weekend. The White Sox sweep tonight, by the way. We have the first game back at the Trop. Which will be awesome. You put on the notes, by the way, Steph Curry back. Is that really something that we need to talk about?
Yeah, I'll just give you the notes of what's happening in the sports world.
Okay, all right. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, so we'll do Final Four. I just want to make sure that we got to talk about G-Fed going to Memphis. That was really good. Rav and Goots actually got on a plane to go watch the Baltimore Orioles play baseball. I'm gonna be as nice as I possibly can because I like Goots. I
know you like Goots, but I know you can't wait to give him shit about the Orioles.
I mean, you gotta get that's just
You're gonna be a real nice guy.
I'll be a nice guy. I'll be a nice guy.
Yeah.
Level 7 hype train, by the way, total of 30 gifted subs. We love to see that. Appreciate everybody and welcome the board review every weekday, 10 a.m., sometimes 10:30. We are old. We are corp occasionally on the Book It Sports Twitch and YouTube channel. If you're in YouTube, like and sub. If you're on Twitch, make sure you follow. All right, Steak. You want to talk about the Final Four? Let's talk about the Final Four. Let's start with Illinois UConn. You were again a little out of character. But hindsight's 2020, so I'm not going to give you shit, but I am just astonished at times when you have a stance and you very clearly did not believe in Illinois basketball. And then they get to the Final Four, and I couldn't believe it. You stopped me in my tracks, even though I wasn't really going anywhere on the tracks. I was just sitting right here. When I heard you say, I'm nuking Illinois, and I don't know if you actually ended up doing that, but you did say that. And that's how much you liked Illinois against UConn.
Yeah.
I was very taken aback by that personally. Yeah. So I'm not going to give you any shit. I ended up betting UConn. That I almost went with the under. I did it go over? Actually, the first half went over.
It went under, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I talked about this, and you kind of kept me off of it, so thank you. But you said I was like, man, that first half under at 63.5 is like, this is going to be an ugly game. And I think it was really ugly for the first like 3-4 minutes. It was brick, and then the team started making some threes and warming up. But I watched the entire game, and I have some thoughts, I have some opinions, and then I want to reference this tweet that's getting a lot of mixed reviews because I think it's a good conversation topic. But what was your take on Illinois UConn 71-62? UConn wins.
Well, to confirm, you watched this game, you just didn't watch the second game, right?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, I stood on business. It doesn't always work out standing on business. It did not work out in this.
Is that standing on business?
Yeah, I think so, because you mentioning that I didn't like Illinois all year, but I also didn't like UConn.
Okay, but still, that I don't know that necessarily makes it okay. If you have nobody is forcing you to nuke a team that you don't like.
I thought Illinois was much better. I still think Illinois is a better basketball team. If they played in the national championship tonight, I'd probably nuke Illinois again. Just being honest. I respect the shit out of Dan Hurley. I don't think UConn's very good. Illinois was awful. It looked like they had a fucking hole covering their hoop for pretty much the entirety of the game. They were awful. Wagler's an awful watch, but that is the worst game they've played in a while, and they still hung around because I do not think UConn is very good, man. I don't.
Well, I'm with you, and I said that, and we agree there. Like, as much as I like Dan Hurley, the scrappiness, the toughness, the underdogs, I still didn't think UConn was very good, and I kept saying this. We were there watching them in the flesh, and it was amazing they won that game. But remember, I asked everybody in the week, I'm like, it went by so fast. It was such a blur. What actually happened? And everybody summed it up perfectly. Duke choked. Choked. And you can't let a team like UConn hang around. But I agree with you. They really are not that good. However, at the end of the day, we talk about this. Coaches and coaching. And you went to war with Brad Underwood, and you've never been a Brad Underwood guy.
Yeah, I really thought there was a huge talent gap between UConn and Illinois.
Fair.
On the basketball court. I went with that. It didn't obviously work out, but this is how I feel. This is exactly how I feel. This is the most impressive coaching performance. I mean, he's just the fucking man. Dan Hurley's the fucking man. I'm sorry. It's hard to argue that this team is good. Championship game level good. They're just not. It's like the fourth best team they've had in the last 5 years, and they're in the national championship. Dan Hurley's crazy, and he's definitely getting them playing their best ball. But I'm just being honest. If this game was tonight, I would bet Illinois again.
Yeah. I like what Crutch said, and I agree. I'm with you on like the talent favoring Illinois, but UConn definitely deserves credit for mucking it up. We can't and second time, I'm so glad you said this. UConn smoked them twice, because I'm with you. If I was an Illinois backer, I'd probably say something similar of like, it was just a really bad night, horrible shooting performance. The rim did them no favors. But also at the end of the day, fuck that. I think UConn deserves more credit than Illinois deserves shit for just having a bad game. That's what I think. And somebody said Brad Underwood's a good coach. He is a good coach, sure. I don't hate the guy, but like, he's not for me. And I don't know
that he either. He's not for me either. But man, I don't know. I'm not really with you. Like, I'll credit UConn's defense for sure. They deserve it. Illinois was just missing shots they never missed, man. I don't know what to tell you. You could watch it back. They might have missed 12 layups. They might have missed 12 actual layups.
Yeah.
Shots they did not miss at any point coming into this. So it was a really bad day for Illinois. I think if you watch that game and you can't just say that, like, they were awful. Sure, UConn, anytime a team shoots awful or plays awful, yes, the defense gets credit. Yes, UConn deserves a lot of credit for being here. Hurley deserves a lot of credit. I'm not taking away any credit for UConn. Illinois was just like actually awful.
I don't disagree. I get that stance. And I know Joel CP is saying Illinois missed layups. Disrupting. Did we watch the game? You don't need to ask that question. I told you I watched the fucking game. How do you explain that UConn beat them twice, though?
In November, I don't give one fuck about them.
Okay, fair enough.
You don't either. You literally say you don't even watch, you don't care. You say you don't even need to watch basketball till February, but now this all of a sudden we give a shit.
Well, hold on a second. I only say that because if you talk about teams playing one time, and you're like, oh, you know what? If they played that game 10 times, they would have won 9.
But I didn't say that.
No, I know you didn't. I'm talking about people in general, like Duke playing UConn. Duke probably wins that game 8 times out of 10.
6 or 7.
You just said what you just said about Illinois. I don't totally disagree with. They had a bad night. They had an off night, and you still think talent-wise they're the better team, but I don't care personally, but the game happened. They played twice, and UConn beat them twice. Like, maybe UConn does beat them 6 times out of 10.
Yeah, maybe they do. Maybe
UConn is the better team.
Yeah, maybe they are.
So, yeah, that's kind of where I was getting at. Jeff's hair looks like he just got back from a gay party. Yeah, maybe I'll put the hat on. By the way, I had a beanie on because it was 32 degrees when I woke up. And then after I got to where I needed to go, it was like 48. I was like, wow, I'm hot. And I took the beanie off and I was like, oh boy, I probably should have done my hair today. Hat feels a little extra tight this morning, but I think Illinois wins. This is crazy. I'm sorry.
I think they win 6 out of 10.
Fine. 8 out of 10. Come on, man, bro.
The only reason we can't say 8 out of 10 is because UConn's 2-0 against them. So then,
that's exactly my
Illinois would have to win the next 8, and we can't.
Exactly, Joel. Listen, no disrespect, man, but UConn beat them twice. So you're saying you think Illinois wins the next 8 times they play? That take sucks. It definitely
frustrated me that Illinois looked like the only team that was thrown off by the depth thing. The depth thing.
Sure,
but like that was supposed to happen to every team, but Illinois is the only team that can't make layups or is clanking free throws from 8. Like they had an 80% free throw shooter. I think it was Stojakovic go 0 for 2 from the line. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Yeah. And then you watch Michigan. You're like, oh, Michigan can't miss. They don't have any depth perception issues.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about this because this is fun. I am getting hold on. How is that not a foul, genius? I'm getting a lot from this, and I think it's great. I think this is a great conversation. So I don't know that I need to show the video, but I can show the video. I'm just really curious to hear people's takes on this. And before I do this, please, guys, remember, we can have a discussion and a difference of opinion about sports without getting extremely heated, without getting super aggressive. You don't have to be like a bull seeing red. Everybody gets so fucking angry because they're so passionate about this. Sports sometimes tend to be like religion. It's like, bro, relax. Okay, relax. Just an opinion. I tweeted this, and we'll bring it up. Let me get this off the screen for a second, make it a little bit easier. I said, I am determined to fix the sport of basketball. Step 1, ban whatever the fuck this guy is doing with his head. We see it all the time. The player with the ball throws his head anytime there's contact, hoping for a foul. It's WWE bullshit. Get it out of the game. And this was the picture. I'll bring this picture back up, but I thought this was a great defensive play by Karaban, and mainly because if you see what he's doing, he reached in for the ball, and his hand and forearm are on the ball. And it was a clean strip, in my opinion, that in turn looks like there's contact because there is. But Wagler's throwing his head back, and that drives me absolutely insane. But I wanted to point out something because I thought this was a really good tweet by Jack Mack, which kind of inspired the tweet. He's a UConn fan, so he's a slurper. Everybody knows that for the most part. If you didn't, now you do. He said, everybody wants 90s basketball to come back until they watch 90s basketball. If this was Scottie Pippen against John Stockton, they put it in slow-mo in the documentary. Yeah, this is not a...
Hold on, let's watch that again, the whole play, because still shots don't do that good. Run it back one more time. Sorry.
Yeah. So here's the whole play. We can watch it more than this. What's your take?
That's a foul. That is a foul. It might be 2 fouls. The one
Oh,
guy,
stop.
guy
Don't do
not
that. Don't do that. 2 fouls? You're telling me what the guy on the left is doing is a foul?
One more time.
Dude, come on. All right. What is the, how is it?
Yeah, no. I take that back. I take that back. I can watch and say I'm wrong. I take that back.
Thank
Not
you.
a foul by Braden Mullins. It's too much contact made with not the basketball by Alex Karaban. That is a foul. And the thing is I'm not going to sit here and bitch. I'm happy it's not a foul. I think it's cool. It's just now watch the whole game and tell me much less weren't called fouls in that game.
Wait, much less were called fouls.
Were called fouls.
100%. Yes. It was the way the game was officiated. I'm shocked they didn't call this a foul. 100%. And if you think, and listen, I'm not saying I'm 100% right here. It's an opinion. If you think that this is 50-50 and you think Karaban going in for the strip here should have been called a foul, fine. I wholeheartedly disagree. If you go in, you have to get the ball. He, in my opinion, has the ball. The guy on the left, Mullins, is just playing good defense. This is a double team, in my opinion. And yes, it looks like an arm bar because that's just the way, that's how this works out. If you reach for the ball, he has the ball, it's going to look like that. My biggest issue is with this guy throwing his head back.
Two things can be true because I actually 100% agree with what you're saying about Wagler. I can't stand watching that guy play basketball. First of all, we could talk about that after. He's awful to watch. I think he's going to be trash in the NBA. He's flopping. He's throwing his head up like a bitch. Regardless, I still think it's a foul by Karaban. But did I like the no call after seeing the flop by Wagler? Yes, I did like the no call. I think in most situations in college basketball, Final Four, Elite Eight, NIT, the crown, that gets called a foul.
So I've been getting a lot of comments from this, and I think that there actually there's been some good like mixture, and there's been a lot of level-headed people that have commented and said, I agree with your take about that head thing. They said, but this is a foul. Now, the still shot can go both ways. The still shot can make it look like an extreme foul, or the still shot can make my point look right. So when I play the video, a couple guys commented this, and I think this is so correct. And this is what I wanted to emphasize on what I don't like if you were to call this a foul. Wagler has nowhere to go. He's got nowhere to go. But what he does is exactly what this guy commented. He bull rushes a double team. That's what he does.
I agree, man.
No, and that's fine. But hold on. Here's what I'm getting. Here's what I'm getting at. He bull rushed a double team, and what happens is if you call this a foul, you reward bad offense.
And good defense.
Yes. No, you don't reward good defense.
Yes, exactly.
And in the game of basketball, I don't like the offense being rewarded for bad offense and good defense. That to me drives me insane more than anything else. You'll get an ISO one-on-one in the post, and a big man just has his hands up, and the offensive player will take a dribble and throw his whole fucking body, go up and go, "Hey!" That's what he'll do. Throw his head back, and it'll be a fucking foul. And it's like, what happened? The guy had his hands up because of what the offensive player does. I loved that this was not called a foul. I do agree with you. I was shocked it wasn't called a foul because they were calling some ticky-tack bullshit. You want me to give Wagler a little bit of credit? I'll give him some credit. Here you go. You ready for this? Turns around and goes play basketball.
Yeah. Good for you.
He didn't go, oh, he didn't fucking, pull LeBron, cash it. He didn't start bitching to the refs. He went back and he played defense. But what I find really interesting, Steak, is what you just said too. And this is what's so funny. We can watch something and people will see two different things. What you just said about Wagler, I kind of agreed. I haven't watched the guy play that much basketball. I admit that. But when I was watching that game, he did that a lot. Running around and like doing this and kind of trying to draw the foul. The first couple guys who commented, who were also coincidentally Illinois basketball fans, were like, I can't believe you're trying to take this one play from Wagler. He never plays like this. And then I had other guys comment and was like, I'm so glad you pointed this out. Been watching Illinois all year. He does this every game. And it's like, oh my God, we are just never, human beings are never going to see eye to eye on sports. And I'm not even saying there's anything objective, but I agreed with what you just said. He's a talented player, tough to watch when you do that bullshit nonstop.
I've never been so confident in my life that a guy will not be good in the NBA.
So, okay, I am curious about this though. You did say who, Nate Ament or Wagler?
Who do I like least?
No. Yeah, you're a GM. It's up to those two guys. Who are you taking?
It's really bad. I might pick option 3, jump off a bridge in the game, of course. But I will take Ament over Wagler.
Change my mind on this one. Can't reward the offense for that BS. Thank you. And this is all I'm trying to say. If you have a difference of opinion, that's totally fine. I can't believe people are coming in here and calling me slurs and, the R word and whatever. You're a moron. You're stupid. Shut up, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, listen, man, this could be 50-50. If you disagree, that's totally fine. But to like wholeheartedly 100% your mind, think it's one or the other is kind of crazy to me.
Let me just say, one, you cooked. You did really well with that because I was actually pretty prepared to come in here and argue with you that was a foul. I think you did a really good job. Looks like the categories. You changed some people's minds. Well done. Number 2, we could just say it. Like, we love Twitter. Twitter's great. Best app in the world for sports. Burner accounts being able to just say whatever they want does make it a rough place.
Yes.
Sometimes. Yes. Like, most of those people you're saying slurs are burner accounts without a face. And they're going to say that regardless of what you say. But look, can I point out a couple of things? Mike Coop, 60 stream streak. It says, let's go Rays home opener today. I'm sure you like that one. Yeah, Rising, absolutely. 60 stream streak. A. Herna resubbed, 19 months. Cam is Money, 3 stream streak. Clam Mucker resubbed, 38 months. And Jay Bats, 90 stream streak.
Yeah, glad you called that out. Thank you. And appreciate you acknowledging the cooking. Thanks a lot. I don't disagree, but I just think this is the normal thing now, unfortunately. Foul baiting is being taught to them when they're 12. Cam, I totally agree. And for someone like me, who again grew up loving the game of basketball, gotten older, hate the way it's played, I'm just trying to point things out. Like, everybody else can just sit here and take it and like, listen. Like, I just got a new comment. Let's go see what it says. This is Rob. Assault. Is a foul, and I hate Illinois. Look at his arm. Again, this is the lazy take. People are looking at the arm. What about the hand? It's all over the ball, But listen, I get it. I just don't like using the words, he got mugged, he got mauled. It's like, bro, no, he didn't. He bull rushed a double team. It was great defense, and I'm just so glad. Like, this kind of stuff, don't stop the game. Let the game continue to be played. If it is, and again, Wagler just turned around and played ball. I respect that out of him, but we have to. Do you remember? I think I tweeted, Steak. Do you remember in the second half? I think there were 9 fouls called in the first 5 minutes of the second half.
It was pretty bad.
Both teams played in the bonus with like 10 minutes. And talk about Danny Hurley. I thought he was doing a poor job with. Do you remember UConn almost pissed the game away? They were up 57-46, and I think. No, maybe it was
they cut it to 5 or 4.
They cut it to 4. Illinois cut it to 4. And I want to say they had the ball and took a shot. And then, no. Did they have a chance to cut it to 2? Maybe they did. Regardless.
Yes, they did.
All they needed to do in that game was feed it to Terrace Reed, especially when you're in the bonus, or give it to just let Mullins shoot 15 threes. That's what I tweeted. And you talked about Illinois missing layups. I thought UConn missed like 5 easy putbacks, especially by Reed down low. So anyways, we can move on to the next game. They were up 4 with the ball. That's what it was. And then they missed a shot and got enough offensive rebound. The offensive rebound was massive. Kudos to the guys on UConn that stepped up. Solo Ball. Last thing I want to talk about, then we'll move on. I also tweeted Solo Ball would be playing at Central Connecticut State if his name wasn't Solo Ball. I had a hilarious couple of comments that said, put some respect on Central Connecticut State, which I absolutely loved. I'll never forget their ATS run 2 years ago. W's. I'll never forget it. Solo Ball was like 3 for 7 from 3. Do you remember his shots? I think they bounced on the rim like 4 times before going in. Some even hitting the backboard and going in.
Yeah. I wasn't Solo Ball's worst game.
No, it was not. But he made like 2 or 3 really poor plays of just like dribbling the ball. And he was one time he was like trapped on his side of the court and he lost it. The guy made a layup and he fouled him and it was and one. It's like, Jesus, Solo, like, come on. But yeah, you're right. It wasn't his worst game. He's in a walking boot now, which is kind of unfortunate. We'll talk about the next game coming up here. Let's talk Michigan, Arizona. I did watch a few minutes of this when I got to the party. It was 10-1 and then 14-3. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Put it away. It was a commercial, had a conversation, looked back at the phone. I want to say it was 24-10, 26-12, something like that. And I was like, you know what? I might not need to watch this game. And I put my phone away and I just checked again right before halftime. I saw the score. Michigan looked like they were in control from start to finish. Hung out of the party for about, I don't know, a little 2.5 hours. Didn't really watch much of the game. And it ended up hilariously being one of the best games to miss. Couldn't believe it. So you watch it. Give me your takeaways on Michigan, Arizona.
Really pathetic showing by Arizona. Really, really pathetic showing by Arizona. It's not that I'm surprised. I think I even said it on Friday when we talked about it. Like, this game has too much hype. It's going to disappoint. I didn't know it was going to disappoint to this level.
Sure.
Like, this is one of the most disappointing Final Four games I've ever seen, considering how hyped we were. Statistically, Ken Pom ranked one of the best 5 basketball games of all time. And Arizona just bitched out of it from the beginning. Like, they were so bad. Perfect way to put it, KP. Arizona did not get off the bus, and Michigan got off the bus on fire. But I'll say this, and you could say whatever you want, but Yaxel Lendenborg got into foul trouble, then got hurt, and Michigan still never took their foot off the gas. They shot 12 for 27 from 3. I think that's like 48%, 45%, something like that. If Michigan's shooting like that, 45% from 3, hitting 12 threes in a game, you can't find me a college basketball team in the last 20 years that I think could beat this team. That's how I feel about Michigan. When they're hitting their threes, they're absolutely unbeatable. And Arizona never had a chance from the opening tip. Arizona never had a chance. And honestly, to me, they played like a team that never thought they had a chance, which is kind of crazy when they were as good as they were all year. But Arizona never thought they had a chance. They didn't think they have a chance to get back into that game. And just to revisit an old comment, because someone said, like, oh, how does Dan Hurley get credit if Duke blows a 20-point lead? We watched Hurley coach that game. Hurley coached down 20 like they were down 5. Like, every possession still mattered. He coached the entire game. You watched Tommy Lloyd on that sideline early in that game, bro. Can't tell me he was bringing the same intensity that he would have been if it was tied or they were down 4. And like, Michigan took Arizona out of that game. Michigan took Tommy Lloyd out of that game. It was a really, really pathetic showing by them. One of the most pathetic Final Four performances I've ever seen.
Good recap. Did you see that I got dunked on by Arizona fans on Friday?
Because you said something about he seemed like a guy that was going to North Carolina, and then he signed a contract extension.
Yeah. So I think we mentioned this on the stream, but you said you hadn't seen the press conferences. I think there were probably like 3 where people asked him about the North Carolina job, and he just did a very good job of beating around the bush. And he just kept saying, we had a great practice today. I don't multitask. I'm focused on this team. I'm focused on it. Was honestly, it was brilliant. But I was such a sucker. And then Friday, all of a sudden, everything, my comments and mentions start blowing it up, and I'm getting dunked on because I said, there's no way he's staying. He's gone. What are the odds? I want to bet it. And then he signs an extension. He was just leveraging, making it seem like, hey, I'm not just coming back to come back. And then he got paid. I did hear that he took less money to stay at Arizona. Arizona seems like a good job. Arizona seems like a cool place to live. So I have no beef with someone deciding to coach at Arizona over North Carolina. It's not like a crazy thing, from that life perspective. So good for Tommy Lloyd. Seems like a nice guy. I gave him so much credit, but the point of me backtracking like this is when that happened, I thought it was going to galvanize the team so much. I thought Arizona was going to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how do you pull off that masterclass, sign the extension, your coach? Imagine being in the locker room. Like, the kids clearly love him. I think I've seen them after the game run up to the microphone when he's being interviewed and be like, best coach in America. But wow, to come out and just get fucking punched in the face like that and never get let up. What do you think Arizona fans are thinking? Because it's going to be hard to get a better team than this, isn't it?
Going to be hard, but also, like, I'm not joking. This Michigan team is one of the best college basketball teams.
I don't disagree.
So they better finish the mission, or it'll be they're freaky good. When they're hitting the 3, they're freaky good.
Yeah, no, they are. Remember, I mean, we talked about Michigan all of a sudden not paying attention at the beginning of the year. The first thing I started hearing was, hey, DJ, did you bet Michigan? Because there's 10 games in and statistically they're the best team ever. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're the best team ever. It's like, oh no, they're the best team ever 10, 12 games into the season. Then they had that little bit of a lull. And I always like this. I like teams that don't peak and hit a little bit of adversity. I love that they lost that conference tournament. You know what I mean? Like who gives a fuck about that? And they were so disinterested. They looked drunk against Wisconsin and they look insane right now. They look absolutely insane. And it's because they are insane. And this is what people kept saying on Twitter, which I totally agreed with. I'm sorry if you did say this. Yaxel having 2 fouls in the first 50 seconds of the game and being in foul trouble is one of the best players in the country. Absolutely absurd. I think Biev had Mara points or something, or has like Mara outstanding player. He's unbelievable. That was very sharp. Well done. So yeah, congratulations to Michigan. Didn't see a lick of the game. But there was also something I wanted to ask you about that happened where people were asking me, DJ, are you watching this right now? And I was in the Uber on the way to the party, and they were like, you would be bitching up a storm if you saw this. Chainsmokers. What the fuck what was Chainsmokers doing at the Michigan-Arizona game? Can you please explain to me what happened? Because I did not see a second of it.
Chainsmokers weren't at the Michigan-Arizona game per se. They were basically like the halftime show for the Final Four in between the two games.
But not at the stadium?
No, it was at the stadium, but I'm saying it was like a halftime show for the two games. You get what I'm saying? Like,
oh, so after game one, Chainsmokers played before game two.
Correct.
Okay.
And it felt to me like the most out of place thing I've ever seen. Also, like I went to a Vegas pool party in what year? 2021, and Chainsmokers were playing. Are the Chainsmokers still cool?
No. And let me just say this. I don't want to say it like in a bad way. The Chainsmokers have some bangers that will be around forever.
Yes. Like
they were a very good, I don't know the right word. I wasn't going to say like college bar, house music type of group.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, how do you describe someone how do you describe the Chainsmokers to somebody? They're DJs. They make house music, but also not really. It's not like Tiesto and Avicii. No. They make like popish house songs, you know? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because what I was going to say about the pool party I was at, it was in 2021, and I thought they were kind of played out then.
Yes.
It wasn't like I was at the slam pool party that everybody's trying to get into. It was like we decided to go day of. It was cheap for Vegas standards, and no one gave a fuck that the Chainsmokers were there, and that was 5 years ago.
Yeah. This seems like it was very lazy or very cheap or very last minute to book the Chainsmokers for the half game show, whatever you want to call it. I have a Chainsmokers take. And
there's a really bad take in the chat I want to point out too.
Okay, do it.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Sports Clown said Chainsmokers greater than Bad Bunny. That's the worst take of all time. And I'm not even a Bad Bunny fan. I don't like that type of music whatsoever. Bad Bunny shits on the Chainsmokers in just about every way possible. That is a very bad take.
Horrible take. Here is what I will tell you about the Chainsmokers. And maybe you know somebody who has done this, or maybe somebody in the chat knows someone who has done this. The Chainsmokers are like everybody's, like the group who everybody's got a friend who says they went to Vegas and, oh, I partied with the Chainsmokers. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It's
brother.
Yeah, I kind of just did it, right?
Yeah. It's like this like good restaurant you want to go to, but it's so easy to get a reservation. So it's like, oh, we ate at so-and-so, but it's never like, it's not like, Carbone or something. I don't know. It's not like you got to get it. It's not exclusive.
It's not.
You could fucking roll out of bed in Vegas, go down to a lobby and like, oh, you're hanging. Hey, you'll run into somebody who's like, hey man, you want to come up to our room? The Chainsmokers are in there hanging out. They're the village whore of DJs that are hanging out with people. So not that that's a bad thing. It's cool. Like they're down to hang out. They don't need to, seclude themselves from everybody else. I just do find it funny how many people I have ran into who have been like, oh, we partied with the chain smokers when we were in Vegas. It's like, kind of feels like everybody has done that.
Everybody does that. You know what I did at that, what I don't even know, that show, I don't know what you call it, that pool party, that it's starting to resurface and become a big thing again. I played blackjack in the pool.
It's very fun.
It is probably one of the cooler. When you're a little drunk in the pool in Vegas playing blackjack, pretty top tier experience. I got to be honest. I lost almost every hand, I think. Like my money evaporated literally.
Yeah.
But it was still such a good experience.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. Blackjack just sometimes pisses me off because you lose your money so quickly and in such gut-wrenching ways because the dealer will get 21 off 7 cards when you have fucking 2 faces. But anyways, that was dealer definitely got underwater cameras. Yep. Yeah, okay. So we'll talk more about what we think at the end of the show. We have more things that we want to talk about to recap from this past weekend. Before we segue into baseball, well, actually, no, all the other topics that we're going to talk about are baseball related. Let's also just touch on this real quick. Joe Adell robbing 3 home runs on the night of the Final Four. When I woke up Sunday morning, I couldn't believe that when you scrolled the timeline, nobody was really talking about Michigan, Arizona. People were talking about UConn. Obviously, that was a little bit of a closer game and whatnot, and more of, an upset, whatever's a 1.5 point spread, no big deal. But Danny Hurley and everything are popular for social media. Joe Adell was everywhere. And I saw the first tweet. It wasn't even like when people post the video or image, it was just text. And it was something, I think it was Parker from Pickett. He had mentioned it to me. He's like, I don't know if you saw this, but I bet Seattle money line and they've had 3 home runs robbed. And when someone tells you that happens, the first thing you think is, oh, you're being a salty sports bettor. Like, you're exaggerating. You know, like nobody robbed 3 home runs. They probably stood at the wall and whatever. This motherfucker robbed 3 home runs. I couldn't believe it. Like one of the best photos you'll ever see in baseball, with him standing in the stands like that. But something that I found interesting is FanDuel is refunding people who bet on those guys to hit home runs. But I will say I'm not a fine print guy. I did read this tweet again because there's been a little bit of pushback on this take. I am not really in favor of sportsbooks doing this, but I have to be careful when I say that because immediately you'll get pushback because I've had this take before. I'm just not a refund guy. I'm not a refund guy, but you'll get like, oh, why do you care what the sports books do? They have so much money, or, oh, you don't want the sports bettor to not lose. Not at all. Not at all. I'm all for. I have said one of my strongest takes is stop paying millions to fucking Kevin Hart and LeBron and The Rock and Wayne Gretzky to be your spokesperson. Give people more deposit matches, give people more bonus bets, give people more free plays. I'm all about incentives, but the refunds set a scary precedent, in my opinion, because then when you do it with something happening, if anything similar happens like that, where you gave a refund, you're going to get more people asking for refunds. And we see it all the time with injuries now. And now it's this. So I like that you have a little bit of a different take on this. So I am curious. You think this is a good move by FanDuel?
I think it's a good move by FanDuel, marketing wise. So everything you said is correct.
Yeah.
I just think it was brilliant marketing. That's such a smart thing to do when it's the talk of the town. Like you said, it's the most improbable thing ever to have a Los Angeles Angels baseball player be the talk of the night of the Final Four, the 9th game into the season. Like, what would a guy have to do to have that happen? And you also nailed it. Those were legitimately robberies. He robbed 3 home runs. It was crazy. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen on a baseball field. And so for FanDuel taking advantage of that, I thought was kind of brilliant, especially when you have to mention, like, it's just getting competitive. There's so many sports books. And so I give credit to FanDuel for the idea. Like, whoever had the idea from FanDuel to do this, good idea. Do I agree with you about refunds? Yes, but for a reason you didn't mention. People will be like, oh, my guy got injured in the second quarter and I had his over points. Everybody who talks like that, it's like they think you can only bet over on props. They don't realize you could take people's unders. And if you took someone unders and they get hurt in the second quarter, guess what happens? You get fucking paid out. And it's like people act like, no, you can only take over on points props. It's like, man, you're forgetting that there's a bunch of people out there who bet unders and got paid out when that guy got injured. It's like actually a real thing. So I think that's worth mentioning, but I thought it was brilliant by FanDuel.
Yeah. By the way, I just realized we should probably be saying the blue book. So apologies to, to book. Well, it's not your bad. I did it. I did it first. By the way, Tobe JK, the refund for Morikawa withdrawal of the players was great though. I didn't get a refund. Shout out to the green book. So did you?
I got one.
It's fucking crazy. I mean, look, like it really has nothing to do. And I'll acknowledge what people say. I like the criticism. I like the feedback. I like hearing what people who disagree with you have to say. And the first comment was, of course you want this to happen. You work for the sports books and the sports books profit on people losing money. And no, that's just simply not the case. I'm a little bit more old school. I've been gambling for 20 plus years, and I just don't like the refund aspect for bets, because what's going to happen is sports bettors are big, gigantic babies, and people are going to start asking and bitching and crying for more and more refunds. Now, let me just point something out that the blue book did say, because I had a couple people call me the R word and say that I didn't read the whole thing. Joe Adele saved the game. Blue book is saving your bets when a once in a lifetime situation like 3 home run robberies happens. We've got your back. So people kept saying, read the tweet. It's a once in a lifetime thing. Now, here's my question. What you're going to start seeing, or do you think what we're going to start seeing now, is people bringing up when something crazy happens? This is a once in a lifetime thing. This never happens. This should be, and I have an example for you. I like the first one I thought of. It's probably 1,000 you can think of. Let's say you bet the over longest field goal, 54.5 yards. And let's say a kicker kicks and makes 5 54-yard field goals.
Yeah.
And you don't hit the over field. Is the sports book going to cash that wager? Because it's never happened before?
No.
You're going to get people that ask. You're going to get people that are constantly monitoring.
It would need to be as polarizing as Joe Adele was. That's the reason why I think it was brilliant by FanDuel, is because everybody was talking about it. You said it. You get on the Twitter the morning after the Final Four, and no one's really talking about the Final Four. The games were kind of underwhelming. Most teams performed pretty bad. UConn was solid and Michigan was good. Arizona and Illinois were awful. Like, no one was talking about it. It was because it was so polarizing that they did it. That's why I think it was smart. But do I think in your scenario where a kicker makes a bunch of 54-yarders, that would be anywhere near as polarizing? No.
Okay. Very, very good point. And I'm not against also in the very last line, refunding the home run bets with bonus bets. Like, I also understand that too. Like, you still lost the wager. Now we're just going to give you a bonus bet if that happened. I want to be clear. I read it again, like a little bit softer on my stance from the way they did it. And I agree more with you of like, this was brilliant in terms of marketing. I just get weird about the word refund because you're going to get so many people when you do it once and then you do it twice, you're going to get more people looking for them. And that's what I don't want. That is what I don't want. Anyways, good discussion. Let's talk some baseball. I think we start with Goots and Rav. Are you guys in here, gentlemen? Anthony, you in here? Rav, I can't believe that. What a weekend for him. I don't know why.
Are you in here, Rav?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I felt like fucking Biev or something. There we go. Rav, Goots, I'm busting. Yeah. Goots, are you here? I want to say first and foremost, gentlemen, that I thought you did a very good job with the content. Rav drunk was hilarious. I don't know what he said. It's very funny to like see how people get when they get drunk and you know they're drunk. Like, we've all been there so many times. It's like, oh fuck, I got to that point. Like, you just got to weather it out. But he was looking at Goots and he was like, I'm feeling kissy, or it feels like kissy time. I've just never heard that or seen that before. So I thought that was just a very funny thing to say from like your buddy you're at a baseball game with. They were cracking me up. They really were. They were cracking me up. I thought they did a great job. But I guess I really want to talk about how sports, when you go on a sports trip, you just automatically think like, this is going to be fun. And Goots flew to Pittsburgh to see the Baltimore Orioles get swept by the Pittsburgh Pirates in enemy territory rocking Baltimore Orioles gear. By the way, he's got like a Jackson Holiday shirt and like a vintage theme. What are we doing? Does that guy even do anything? Let's relax on the Jackson Holiday fucking vintage.
Goots, I'm gonna tell you what Goots fell for. You know when you're like on Instagram, TikTok, or something, and they're targeting ads at you. That's Goots bought an Instagram shirt. It probably was like $46, came from China, and took a month to get here.
I think the shirt looks cool. I want to be clear. The shirt looks cool. I like those shirts. I love
Randy Moss one.
What's that?
I have a Randy Moss one.
Yeah. Those shirts to me work for players who have like had a career. And it's like, oh, let's remember them. And it's like kind of vintage. It's kind of retro. And like you got it at a thrift store. That's very cool. A fucking like 21-year-old like Jackson Holiday, who's barely farted in the major leagues, is crazy. But nevertheless, I give him credit. He went there. He took it on the chin. He was in good spirits this morning too. We told him we were going to crack on him a little bit.
Good spirits is a reach.
That's true. That's true. I got a Cal Ripken Jr. one. Yep. Fellas, the Pirates have won 5 in a row, and I'm only on day 3. Is this going to be a serious problem? I don't know what he means that he's on day 3.
So he's doing a ladder challenge, super unique. If he needs the Pirates to win 10 games in a row, but he only started 3 games ago, but they've won 5 games in a row. You get what I'm saying? So they could win 10, but he will only be at 8 of the ladder. So he technically needs them to win 12 games in a row. Did that make sense?
Yeah, but this whole thing sounds stupid. Yeah, I don't understand. You're trying to bet them to win 10 games in a row, and when they win 10 games in a row, you're not going to win your bet because you started 2 games late.
Yes.
Just end it. Just end it. And didn't start over.
No, you don't end it and start over. Either way, you're having a great time. You just have them win 3 boots on the ground. I mean, either way, you're playing with house money at this point. But does it feel like it's going to end at 8? Yes, that does feel like it's going to happen, Rob.
Yes. Could beat the streak with the Pirates. Yeah, that would be pretty fun. Fuck it. Are the Pirates playing today? That'll be my beat the streak play.
I think they are.
And I just want to say again, everybody, the beat the streak feature or game, whatever you want to call it, on Book It is very, very fun. I think the best way to do it. I talk about this all the time. I know not everybody agrees, but like you constantly. We love to gamble because you like to have some skin in the game and a little bit of a sweat and whatnot. If you don't want to put your money out there, but you still want to have something to root for, the beat the streak on the website is great. Drop the link if you can.
Can I tell you about my beat the streak play yesterday?
Yeah, I'm. By the way, I'm not even on there when you go to the creators. I told Krabs, can we get a look at this? Because I had like a 4 or 5 game streak and it wasn't even shown. Go ahead.
I had Chris Bassett strikeouts yesterday. He had 0 and he gave up 6 earned runs, I think, in the first or the second inning.
Yep. I watched that game when I got home. I watched sports. I watched so much sports yesterday. I was watching golf. I was watching baseball. I was watching hockey. Shout out to the fucking Flyers. They're rocking. Chris Bassett looks like a guy who you hope your team didn't just sign him to pitch, because he looks like he's getting a little bit old and maybe a little bit over it. And he had a ball come back.
Yeah, you talk about he's my age and he looks old as shit to me out there.
Yes, Chris. It's not looking good for the Baltimore Orioles. And I tweeted, I was like, man, Orioles have the least amount of wins in baseball is 75-1. Might be worth a look. It's looking funny.
Let me just give my quick Goots take. At some point last week, Goots was in a dugout with his closest friends, right? Probably drinking a Mick Ultra. He goes up to bat, hits a inside the park home run. He's chasing down Jovan around the bases, and he's probably at a high. He's thinking, all I have to look forward to is this content trip with my pals. I get to go watch the Orioles play the Pirates. No way they get swept. And then the next at bat, somebody grounds out into a force out. He damn near tears his ACL. And then he hops on a plane to Pittsburgh to watch the Orioles lose 3 in a row. Goots week was the definition of life comes at you fast.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I am curious how the Pittsburgh fans treated an away team visitor I always like knowing that stuff because I went to a Yankees Rays game when I first moved here, maybe like probably like 10 years ago. And not one Yankees fan said a peep. But the Rays were also like, this is before they started getting a little bit better. They've always been like up and down. What are you laughing about?
AL, I can't imagine they're giving Orioles fans too much shit. But if it was like a Reds game or something like that, I feel like it'd be heated.
Yeah, well, I guess that's my question. They didn't give him too much shit. Yeah, like if you're not in the division, it's a little bit different. Orioles, Pirates, like there's no bad blood there. But like sometimes even, I don't know, who's like, like Blue Jays, Red Sox. I don't know that Red Sox fans are going to be chirping Blue Jays fans, as much as they would. Really?
Yes.
Really? Chirping?
From any experience I've had with Boston Red Sox fans, they're absolutely brutal and they're absolutely chirping their division opponents.
Yeah, you might be right. You said you watched the game. There was like 50 people there. At the Orioles game? No, there was more than that.
What game? Game 3?
The game yesterday with Bassett.
I think there was way more.
How do you guys feel about the UConn fans screaming at Illinois fans on the way out? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I saw it. It was like they were like chanting at him coming down the escalator or something.
Oh, no, I missed that.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
It was like 40 degrees yesterday. Yes, it was like 40 degrees on Easter Sunday. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Sunday there wasn't a ton because it was Easter, cold, and the Pens were playing at home. Same time, still around 15K. Oh, okay. Yeah, Angel Reese just traded. What a hilarious update. Junior home run after hitting one yesterday. Yeah, let's talk a little baseball. Your White Sox swept the Blue Jays. Congratulations.
Goddamn fucking right they did.
I'm gonna pull up the standings in baseball. Let's get a little pulse on what's going on, and I'll apologize off the rip because there's gonna be a fucking video ad that plays on ESPN. Let's see if I can stop it before it does. Nope, well, there's no audio. Let's take a quick look and see what's going on. We'll call this the MLB Pulse session. We'll get an idea. All right, let's go to the NL first and the NL East. This is a very fun competitive division right now, Steak. The Marlins lead it 6-3. The Mets have won 3 in a row because the Giants are awful. They're 6-4. The Braves are 6-4. The Phillies are 5-4. And the Nationals are 3-6. They haven't really had a very fun start to the year, having to play the Cubs and the Dodgers.
Feisty. The Nationals are feisty.
Yeah, pretty fun division. Nice job to the Marlins, too, for winning that game yesterday, even though Pete Fairbanks had to start. It was nasty weather. Then you look in the NL Central, the fucking Milwaukee Brewers, man. This is where I took the Reds to win it 5-1. They're 6-3. Good start. Nothing wrong with that. They won 3 in a row. The Pirates won 5 in a row, 6-3. And the Brewers, man, the Brewers have a plus 28 run differential. That's crazy. They're getting pitching.
A problem. It might be a problem.
They are 7-2, top of that division. The Cubs right now are 4-5 at the bottom, and the Cardinals are 5-4. And then in the West, the NL West, Diamondbacks 5-5, Padres 4-5. They have won 2 in a row. Rockies 3-6, Giants 3-7. Look to be one of the worst teams in baseball. And the Dodgers are 7-2. Fun sweat if you have first team to 10 wins. I believe the Dodgers were like minus 200. The Yankees were 10-1. They were the second favorite, and that was it. I looked at that market. I was going to take the Yankees. I ended up not because I saw they were playing the Mariners and the Fish, and I was like, those are 2 scrappy teams. Let's go to the AL. Speaking of the Yankees, AL East. Right now, the Yankees are in first place. Guess who is in second place? That's right, the Tampa Bay Rays, baby. 4-5. The Blue Jays are 4-5, but they've lost 4 in a row. Orioles are 3-6, and the Red Sox are off to a 2-7 start.
Red Sox look awful. The Blue Jays look really bad too. It's lost 4 in a row to the Rockies and the White Sox. It's pretty insane.
Absolutely insane. Yep. And the Rays are not very good, but it was huge to win that series in Minnesota. I didn't realize this. I saw POD Pete tweeted that he's a big Minnesota guy, Minnesota Twins guy. He's got their over wins. So we'll go to the AL Central next. The Guardians are 6-4. They're first place in that division. The Royals, who really don't look that good, are 4-5. The Tigers are 4-5. The White Sox stake tied second, T2, 4-5 after winning 3 in a row. All at home, by the way. The Minnesota Twins are at the bottom at 3-6. And then let's wrap it up with the AL West. The Houston Astros are at the top, 6-4. The Angels are 5-5. Angels got some dudes. I watched their game yesterday, their walk-off win against the Mariners. They got some guys. Texas Rangers are 4-5. The Mariners are 4-6, and the A's are 3-6, unfortunately.
Did you see the A's walk-off?
I did not.
Brent Rooker 3-run shot. They were down 1 in the bottom of the 10th. Brent Rooker had a 3-run shot.
No fucking shit. Well, he's a guy I want to go back to then.
This is Shamway's point, and that's why I wore this hat. If I have to give one gold star to one MLB team to start the year, it's the Cleveland Guardians. 6-4. They had the most brutal opening schedule I've ever seen. Dodgers, Cubs, and Mariners. Absolutely brutal. 6-4. They're a feisty fucking team. I have no idea how the year's going to go, but that's impressive.
Yeah, nice job. Okay, I like that. He hit a 2-run bomb in the 8th inning too. Holy shnikes. Wow, good day to be Brett Rooker. Good for him. By the way, is it Brett or Brent?
I thought it was Brent Rooker. It is.
It is Brent Rooker. Let me see. Okay. I mean, how bad are the Blue Jays though? My goodness. Yeah. Did you watch any of the White Sox game? I didn't, and it's okay.
Yeah, of course. Of course I did. Silly question. Of course I did. Silly question. I watched it. I watched more of the one 2 days ago. 2 days ago.
Fine.
But I watched some of the game yesterday too. I'm always watching, dude. I'm always watching.
Shut up. You're not always watching the White Sox. What is
Tom asked how I became a White Sox fan. 2 years ago, a joke surfaced that I created a dub club. I hope I could say that on here. And then I would just give out the White Sox money line every day. And then last year I did bet them on the run line every game, and I nuked their season win total over. So now this year I'm betting them every game. I'm not a fan though, technically.
And on that note, just never forget on the Yap when Biev and Trent were talking about us as gamblers, and they said Jeff Sunday has no rhyme or reason, but steak is sharp.
They said other stuff too. You're really fixating on the sharp thing, but they said other stuff about me.
What did they say?
I don't remember, dude.
Yeah, you don't remember because they didn't say anything else, which is fine. You can always be glazed as the better sports bettor.
Yeah, that shit stuck with you. You bring
of course it did. Why would it not? To say I give no rhyme or reason and then to say you're sharp when you're betting the White Sox money line every day for 2 fucking years for no reason is hilarious. Is it not?
I'm literally not sharp. I want to be very clear. I'm just not.
Well, no, it's not even that you're not sharp. I'm more saying you make more bets with no rhyme or reason.
Yes. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Which that is hilarious. But anyway, shout out to Yap.
Silly guy, man. I make silly bets.
Yeah, you're a silly guy who has no real explanation for the things you do, and then when someone asks you for an explanation, you say, "Shut up." All right. Anything else? I made some notes, and I think we touched on everything. It's been an hour and 5 minutes.
We did not touch on everything.
Please.
How funny was G-Fed going to the Westin that all the players were bitching about, and then how funny were those 2 kids? I think you should play the 2 kids video. That shit was just great. And then we want to follow it up by LeBron. I think I got to give LeBron one compliment before it's over.
These comments are not stopping on this play, by the way. I love it. Hold on. I don't know that I can get that play on here, Steak. I'm sorry. I don't know that I can get the kids because you sent that on TikTok.
On my Twitter.
Oh, you did? Okay. I want to go see G-Fed, by the way. G-Fed is brilliant in the content game. And he's did a phenomenal job taking advantage of going to this Memphis hotel. The Memphis food tour continues at sunrise. Oh, wow. That looks good. How can I get Family Guy on this thing? Hold on. Rise and Grind Memphis. It's game day. He's got a bathtub in the room. He got upgraded. Here's his review. 1.2 million views. 10,000 likes, and it's been up for 11 hours. Great job, and kudos to G-Fed. Yeah, did anybody watch this, by the way? Did they watch the video of him doing the hotel? It's really not that bad of a hotel.
Not that bad of a hotel, but I'm also not surprised that rich dudes hate it. It's not a whole lot going on.
Yeah, but like hating it is kind of a stretch. I expected something that looked like haunted or really dingy and run down. It's very basic. It is like the basic bitches of hotels. But if you're just going into a city on the road for a game, and especially I'm a logistics guy, the fucking stadium is right across the street. You don't even have to get on a bus. You don't have to drive. You don't have to get in traffic. You just literally walk across the street. I love that.
Yeah.
It's not that bad of a room for the average thing. We hate LeBron so much, but let's talk about his opinions on cities. I'm not going to acknowledge Corco anymore. Corco lost his mind after.
So what I was going to say is they asked LeBron again. Pull up the kid video first.
All right, hold on. Here we go. This is hilarious. By the way, Corco, I know you've got LeBron syndrome, and that's fine. We actually kind of defended LeBron for standing on business with his Memphis take. Did we
Yeah,
not?
I was about to, but you can't say you're not going to address a guy again and then immediately address him again.
Yeah, you're fair. You win that round. All right, here we go.
We need sound. Can you hear it?
Yeah, you can't.
No.
All right. Well, I have told you this before, and you always it feels like the first time every time. It's hard for me to play videos when I share my screen on Twitter because they don't always.
I've never seen you have a sound issue though, but
you never know what you're gonna get. You never know what you're gonna get. Anyways, why don't you just summarize the video for the people?
It's not one of those things. It's not one of those things. They're just calling LeBron Unk and washed a bunch of times, and they're like 8 years old. But anyways, I guess we'll move on since we're not gonna get to hear the video.
It's not that hard to say. The two kids are saying this Unk shouldn't be talking, bro. That is hilarious. They're like 10-year-old kids calling him an Unk, saying he shouldn't be talking. I thought it was hilarious. What are you shaking your head for?
You fucking recapping that video.
It's 19 seconds. You can't give people an understanding of what the video is?
I would love to just move on.
Oh, that is a bag fumble by you.
Anyways, yeah, no, the bag fumble was the audio, but it's not your fault. I'm not blaming you. Not blaming you. I said it's not your fault. Just can't hear the audio.
It's a 19-second video. You can't tell people what
all 19 seconds of the audio were great. All right, listen. They asked him to double down. Yeah, we got to talk Gino Auriemma and Don Staley.
Yeah.
And LeBron stood on business, unlike I've ever seen Jeff Sunday do ever. He said, "I can't have two cities I hate." Like I said, Milwaukee too. You don't want to mention that. And he stood on business, and then mentioned that he also doesn't like Cleveland, which I thought was insane to say, but I kind of respect it. So he stood on business when he had a chance to bitch out. I'll give it to him.
Yeah. And just so we're clear, I'm the one who came around to saying like, damn, this is crazy. LeBron's going to make me like him. And you were like, no, don't switch up. Don't switch up. And now you're literally saying exactly what I said last week. Yeah, you are.
No, it's not accurate because this video wasn't out last week. So,
okay.
Irrelevant. Stricken from the record.
Fair. But your point was if you don't like a guy, nothing that they do can change your opinion even a little bit.
Yeah. No, but
and now a video came out that is changing.
Because honestly, I was prepared to go to battle on your foul thing, and you changed my mind a couple minutes in there.
Yeah, it's okay to change your mind.
It's okay to change your mind. I agree.
Okay, right. And if you change your mind, it's not because you're not standing on business and being a little bitch.
If you change your mind, it's because you're not standing on business.
You're annoying. Let's talk about this Gino Don Staley thing. I don't have a clip ready for that. Okay, and sorry, we don't have clips. We don't have a producer. We do what we can. So bear with us. I hope you guys saw it though. I like Gene. Is it Gene or Gino? Gino, right? Auriemma.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like the guy. Seems like a little bit of like a good blend of being a hard ass coach, but also being kind of cool. Maybe somebody you'd want to hang out with. Maybe somebody have a beer with. I don't know. Do you like Gino Auriemma?
Yeah, I think everybody respects him. I think he's like the GOAT or very close to the GOAT.
Yeah. I didn't like his antics at the end of that game against Don Staley. UConn got punked. I can't even talk about another thing that happened, but we'll just mention it. The UConn player missed a layup and started crying before the game was over. Actually, yeah, I can't talk about that because I keep it 100. I keep it fair. I bitched at Jackson Dart crying up and down the sideline against when he played at Florida a couple years ago. The game wasn't over and he was crying. It's like, bro, I don't care that you cry. I didn't care that Caleb Williams cried. I don't care that you cry when you lose. You can't do it until it's zeros on the clock. That is my opinion. But Gino, all of a sudden, his team gets punked, and he just goes and he starts bitching up a storm to Don Staley at the end of the game. I don't even really know what he bitched about. I don't even know that people really knew, but he was talking about fouls not being fair, and then saying that she calls the officials names you wouldn't even imagine. And they were calling things for them and not calling it there. Somebody speculated that, he was mad she didn't shake his hand before the game, but then there was video of her shaking his hand before the game. Very strange all around. And as a guy who likes Gino Auriemma, I didn't like this. It kind of seems like, by the way, you're bobbing your head because I can see you, shout out Dr. Dre, that you agree.
I only think there's one opinion to have if you're not a fan of UConn or South Carolina. And that's that you cannot win as much as Gino Auriemma does and be that much of a sore loser. And like Crutch said, Props and Shots, I don't know why I thought that was Crutch. This was literally in the middle of the game. He had already started crashing out in the middle of the game, and it just continued and continued. He was a giant bitch, like a giant bitch. It was disappointing. like that was the peak loser talk for like a career winner. I thought it was very, very awful. But how hilarious was it when they zoomed in on Dawn Staley and she was saying, I will beat Gino's ass.
Yeah, very funny.
Could you think of name a fight that would be funnier? Name one fight in the sports world that'd be funnier than Dawn Staley and Gino Auriemma. Pick one. I think it would be tough.
I think Dwight Howard and Cat would be pretty funny.
Dwight Howard and Cat is good.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
No, but nothing's funnier than Gino Auriemma and Dawn Staley. That would be hilarious. What would the line be? Dawn Staley minus 130?
She would be favored. Yeah, minus 150 is pretty good, actually.
I do have one thing to say. I think Dawn Staley's kind of a badass. Yes. I'm certainly no hater, but I do have one thing to say. And there was a tweet that blew up. So they ended up playing after that. People are saying that Gino was playing chess and got in her head and fucked her with the natty. I don't really. That's being way too nice to Gino Auriemma. He looked like a bitch after his team got lost. UCLA. I watched a little bit of that game too. Again, I was just flooding my fucking eyeballs with sports yesterday. Surprisingly, so much on. UCLA looked really good. They looked really good in their Final Four game too. But South Carolina was like Arizona. They came out. They didn't have a chance. Someone tweeted this, and it was Dawn Staley, a picture of getting interviewed with a Balenciaga sweater on. It was like getting punked or getting your ass kicked in the championship game, not wearing South Carolina gear and wearing a Balenciaga shirt is diabolical. LMAO. I saw some comments. You always got to read the comments. Love the comments. So keep you honest. Apparently, she just never wears South Carolina stuff. She always wears like designer, Louis Vuitton, shit like that. So this is nothing new. Yeah, Esther said that. Totally fine. She's been doing that. Here is where it resonates with me. I've been on record saying this, and I will just continue to repeat it. I don't know if I've ever actually tweeted it, but I fucking hate Balenciaga. I hate it. If you wear Balenciaga, we are probably not friends. And I'm not even the biggest designer guy. I have like two designer things. I think I have like a Prada wallet and like one other thing that I'm forgetting. But I don't care if you want to spend, a lot of money on a designer bag or sunglasses, whatever, Balenciaga though sucks. Hate Balenciaga. Balenciaga is for like the tryhards who probably like somebody on Instagram who wants to be an influencer, who wants to grow a following, who doesn't really make any money, but like maybe has like their parents backing or something. And they wear Balenciaga. Like that's just what they do. Like they're fake rich and they're fake bad personalities. Only cool if the name isn't plaster all over it. Sure. Yeah. Not a Balenciaga guy. Sounds like you have something to say.
No, I agree with you. I thought it was a good take. I think Jeeb and Tristan Toledo kind of said it perfectly. Like
what they say.
Any designer where it's just the name aggressively plastered all over it is the worst kind of designer.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I like that like subtle, chic designer. But anyways, usually have no personality, actually. Yeah, exactly. What happened to coaches dressing professional? I don't know, but I've never thought that you need to wear a suit and tie when you're coaching really anything. Personally, I've never been a suit and tie guy for that. I'm not a suit and tie guy in general. I'm a casual guy, but like I also agree, like if you are in a professional, like if you're a fucking general manager or front office, whatever, you wear suit and ties to the box. Yeah. But if you're coaching, you're getting down there, especially if you're coaching college kids. Steak, I think the last thing we should talk about, there is a pretty nice baseball board we will get into, and we can go over noon as well since we started late. Ramble says, I have a Balenciaga hoodie, reevaluating myself now. Ramble, I'm sorry. Don't worry. For what it's worth, I do have friends.
Send a picture of you in it. We need to see.
I just hate Balenciaga.
What if it didn't say Balenciaga?
Oh, that's a little bit different. Yeah, you can get by with that. There's the two shirts. The shirt that just says Supreme, and then a shirt that says Kith. Those are like $200 shirts, and all they just say things, That's fine. It's fine. I don't have good style. I don't know what's like in.
By the way, I know you missed this, but on Ramble Saturday, MJ showed everyone his mugshot from, I think, his freshman year of college. And it was absolutely incredible. I have a screenshot. I'm not going to share it with anyone, but I'm going to share it with you after the show.
Okay. Jeff Sunday is anti-hype beast. What does that mean?
You're not a hype beast.
What does hype beast mean?
Like all that designer shit you just named.
Oh, yeah, no. Jay Billis. I don't know that we have to talk too much about it. Nice job. Royal had a good retweet on that. Jay Billis kind of cooked, but I was on my way back today. I was listening to Pardon My Take talk about it, and I think they nail this. I really do. Do you remember they had Jay Billis on and had an interview and it got kind of heated? Do you remember this?
Yes.
I believe, for people that don't remember, it was when Kyle Filipowski was on Duke. Duke lost to Wake Forest and they stormed the court and Kyle Filipowski got like hurt by a fan or something.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, okay, relax. Like there's no video of it. There's no evidence of it. And Big Cat, who's a Duke hater, was shitting all over him. And Jay Billis was like, oh, you don't know if he's seriously injured or not. Oh, because he like missed the next game. And it's like, dude, shut up. He's so annoying. What do you want? He looks like you want to do something.
I want to show you Ramble's Balenciaga sweater, and you give it a rating in 1 out of 10, okay?
Okay. Oof. 0.
0?
Yeah, let me see it again.
0. Crazy.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't like that.
Little nervous about what?
It's not like as actually, okay, I'll give it a 1. I'll give it a 1. Why is that crazy?
Do that.
Why is that crazy?
I don't know. There's got to be way, way, way worse Balenciaga shirts and sweaters out there.
You're right. I'll give it a 1. What are you laughing about?
It's just funny. I feel like a 4 would have sufficed.
A 4?
Yeah, 4.
Dude, if you don't like something, you don't like it. A 4 is almost even.
Hey, you know why I'm good with it? You stood on business.
I always stay on business for what it's
worth.
A 4 is fucking insane. Hold on. It's a white sweater that says Balenciaga, and then there's like a green swoosh underneath it.
Yeah.
What is there to like if you don't like Balenciaga? What is there to like? It's not that obnoxious. It's not that obnoxious.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. One. You're right. 1. You're right. I'll give it a 1. Degen is on their heads. Love that proper badge. It's okay. It's okay, guys. It's a shit hoodie. Yeah, I know it's okay. But MJ's got style. He's got better style than I do. That's for damn sure.
Yes, he does. But you were styling at that party, which, by the way, we haven't talked about your gay party.
Yeah. Thank you. Went to Lululemon, by the way. Lululemon's got some fucking nice shit in there. They're just. I got to give Greg credit. Greg, and I, we used to talk stocks back in the day. Not really as involved anymore. It kind of lost its luster, but he's given me some stocks that have been really bad, and then he's given me some that's really good that he likes. Like he gave me Beyond Meat, and I think Beyond Meat is like really like almost 0. Lulu he gave me so early, and the next thing I know, I look up and it's like $364 a share. Great job. Somebody says LOL Lululemon. What are we talking about? Phenomenal stuff, Steak. Where do you go shopping for clothes?
Can't give away all my secrets. I do like Lululemon for workout stuff for sure. One that I do shop a lot at Culture Kings. It's a website.
Oh yeah, I don't know what that is.
I buy a lot of shit from there. I actually probably buy way too much shit from Culture Kings.
You are a comfort first kind of guy. Like
yes.
You wear a lot of joggers and whatnot. Like you would like Lulu's actual casual line.
Yeah. I think I'm swaggy, but I think I'm my own version of swaggy.
Yeah. But like you've got your look and the look works really, really well. But you're kind of sticking to what you know. Are you ever going to change or evolve?
I don't know. I might have to because I'm getting old, man.
I think you might have to too. And I'm just saying, like I Abercrombie has
I shop there. They got great shirts.
Abercrombie has done a very, very good job.
Right now it's from Abercrombie.
Really? What does it say? What's that logo?
It's like an Olympics, one of those Olympics.
Okay. Yeah.
It's from Abercrombie for sure.
Yeah, well, I didn't know this. I went to Lulu not even to look for this. I was going to go to Abercrombie and I was going to go to J. Crew. Those are kind of my two go-tos. I was going to go there because I need you remember those pants that I wore when we were at Book It? My like travel pants are these Patagonia like comfortable. They're like hiking pants. That's why I got them when we were going hiking. They're way too tight on me now. I think over the years they've shrunk, and also I think my legs have gotten a little bit bigger. Shout out glutes. But I need new comfortable pants to travel with. And that's why I went to Lulu. And then I get up there and all of a sudden they have all these like fucking nice shirts, like casual going out shirts. And so I got like 2 like collared ones with a zipper, then 1 regular plain t-shirt. But anyways, yeah, party was good. There's really not a whole lot recap, it's your brother is in the fashion industry. He was a model. Like, this was exactly kind of what I expected. It was my good friend, his sister, who is a model, and it was at his apartment. It's a full floor of a building.
How many people?
Well, that's the problem. There ended up probably being about 50 or 60 people. And I mean, we're talking about an apartment that was maybe like 1,000 square feet. Like,
Wow.
it gets a little tight. It gets a little tight. But they do a great job. When they put on a party, they do a great job. They had a bar. They hired 2, maybe 3 like caterers, like people to walk around and have drinks. They had tequila. They had the mixers. They were making martinis. It was very nice. We met a handful of cool people. One guy that lives in Portugal, he works in the travel industry. He was like, oh, I'm coming here to visit clients for a week. Then I'm going to Portland, Oregon to visit. Then I'm going to LA. Then I'm making my way back. I'm like, man, what a life that must be. That's pretty fucking cool. Some people that worked for like A24, do you know the production company that makes pretty good movies? There's a professional boxer, by the way. So his sister was at like a floor seats at the Knicks. And I was like, oh, who'd she go with? There was like some professional boxer. But here's the thing. There's all these like people in fashion. There's all these models. Everybody looks pretty. Like, I'm a fish out of water, Thankfully, my wife, she can fucking like hang. So, by like an extension, I'm like, okay, I don't look like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? Hanging out on his phone, with his chest hair climbing out. I gotta probably do something about that. But also, I'm waiting.
Well, don't shave yet. Don't shave yet.
I know.
If UConn wins the national championship, in case there's anybody in here who doesn't remember, I actually have to wear your body hair as a wig on this stream.
Yep.
And I'm not a guy who lollygags about paying up bets. I want to get it fucking over with. I don't
Sure.
want to talk about it in August. I want to get the chest hair in the mail via FedEx or UPS. I don't care.
Yeah.
I have to figure out how to make it a wig. I don't know. I'm a little worried about that part.
We'll figure it out. By the way, real quick, Jay Thorpe has really, really been doing a good job. He absolutely nailed this. Jeff is just there looking for the bathroom the whole time. It when it got really tough to get to the bathroom, that's when it was like, all right, should we probably think about heading out soon? Couple of cig breaks outside. You know what rules? And this rules. Like, one thing I do love about being in a city is when it's cold, because it was cold. I love being outside in a city when it's cold, smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Like, that is one of my favorite things. Chicago's a great city for that, by the way, obviously. Yeah.
So that's going to be one of my questions. So there's one bathroom in this apartment?
So there were 2, but there was like one out in the living area.
One in the master.
Yeah. So my friend thankfully was like, oh, you could go to the room and use that one where there's like no line. Problem was, it was still at the very end. So you got to like, get through, pass the line to the bar, started to get a little tight, a little tough. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Did you watch any of the game on your phone?
Yeah, I did. I connected to the Wi-Fi. I found my spot. Like, when I took that picture, or my wife took the picture, like, that's where I was kind of posted up for a little bit. And then the party started to get like really busy, really fast around halftime. Cause I was like, ooh, do I go back in and watch it? But there was like literally nowhere for me to like, I'd have to like be up against the wall.
Yeah. Also,
what happened was we also met someone there who was very cool, like new person, who was a great person to have a conversation with. That's also very hard, where it's like, well, I like this guy. I don't want to be rude. So it's like, I hope the game doesn't get good, because you can't really just be balls deep in conversation and be like, all right, man, well, I got to go watch this Michigan Arizona game on my phone. So we just got to end the conversation here. So yeah, everything worked out.
It did work out. Okay. What do you want to do first? A quick review of the national championship or a quick review of the MLB board?
Let's do a quick review of the national championship, early thoughts, and then let's get into this board after a piss break. And then I'd say we probably got about a solid maybe 25, 30 minutes left.
Yeah, we'll keep it pushing for sure. Can you pull up the picket splits?
Sure can. Okay.
Hold on real quick. There's some funny. We got a firecracker blow in my butt followed you 31 minutes ago. Charger Nathan followed you. Book of Chew 7 stream streak. Kaprasov resub 19 months. Fat Girls 3 stream streak. W Fat Girls being back, and that's all we got.
W Fat Girls being back. Okay, great job. You're doing.
That's correct, Total Slayer. I believe we are getting Trent and Biev though. Maybe.
Oh. Wait, what did he ask? Oh, got you. No BTL today. That's right. They're heading to New York. They're going to a Yankees game. I see the sun coming out. It was kind of a gross day again at 32 degrees when I woke up. Blue skies now. It's going to be like 50. I don't know if they're going to the Yankees game today or tomorrow.
Don't know either. I feel like since you're traveling today, probably I would guess tomorrow, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right. Let's pull up the picket splits. Jeff, you making it to halftime with an 8:50 start tonight? Fuck. I got another early morning tomorrow too. Is it an 8:50 start time tonight? Right. It is, isn't it? That's so fucking stupid. Whatever. I'm not going to be a Debbie Downer. $966,000 wagered on this game. 14,000 bets. Seems kind of light. The money line bets and money on Michigan here seems like an obvious parlay piece. The spread, 65% of the bets, but only 58% of the money. You got some sharper wagers on UConn. 34% of the bets, 42% of the money. More bets are on this under, 68% and 67% of the money. Popular prop markets, Terrace Reed, Yaxel, 12.5 points. Braylon Mullins, 11.5. Trey McKinney, Ade Mara, 13.5. And it looks like the Green Book has Michigan 6.5 minus 115, or you can get UConn plus 7.5 on the Black and Gold Book minus 120, plus 260 on the money line. Total's probably going to be around 145. All right, Steak. I think most people probably know where I'm at in this game. I took on the Teal Book with an X when we were traveling. I took Michigan to win it all, plus 176, 3 units. I thought whoever would win that Michigan-Arizona game would win the championship. Very popular opinion. UConn concerns me. They really do concern me because they got a great head coach. They got a great record in tournaments. They are an underdog. I do not think they are going to win this game. But can they cover? Probably.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I don't want to be disappointing, but I kind of think it's Michigan winning, but UConn covering. The bet I'm probably going to make is UConn with the points.
Yeah.
Do not think they win this game. And then I kind of like the over.
Well, here's where I'm at. Let me explain. So I don't think I like the over, but I also don't necessarily like the under enough. And here's where I'm at. What did you say about UConn after that Illinois UConn game? What did you say about them?
That I still don't think they're that good.
I agree with you. I don't think they're that good. I think that they are a bitch to play. I think they're not a bad basketball team by any means, but I really don't know that they're that good. I specifically don't think their offense is that good. Caravan, I know he makes big plays. He's a hustle guy. He's all around very good basketball player. His shots are not going down. Braylon Mullins was on one last game. He was 4 for 8 to start from 3. Solo ball was 3 for 7, but again, he got the friendliest bounces I think I've ever seen. Outside of that, you got Terrace Reed Jr., who's eating up the paint. What I like in this game is UConn team total under. Really is right, because you know what, man? I think Michigan's defense is pretty solid. And I think Michigan's defense has stepped up since they allowed Howard to fucking drop 80 on him, and since they allowed St. Louis to put, how much did they score in that first half? Like 46 points or something?
Yeah, but they were just shooting the lights out, to be completely fair.
I don't think UConn can shoot the lights out. I don't think UConn is going to score very much. You really legitimately need Braylon Mullins to be hot. You need Alex Caravan to find the rim. And I'm just not sure at this point in the game that's just all of a sudden going to happen. I almost think he has accepted his role of I'm going to be the facilitator. I'm not going to be the guy that is, the Fletcher lawyer, let's say, where it's like, no matter what, you're going to go out there, shoot. I think Caravan is now going to create plays and try to find people to get better shots. And I don't trust that they're going to make them. I think Michigan's defense is nasty. I think Michigan is nasty. And I don't even know what the line is, but if I can get UConn team total under, I don't even know that they're going to score 60.
Interesting. I don't hate what you just said. I really hope that's not the way the game goes, but I don't hate what you just said. I hate playing the do theory, but man, I feel like Michigan's due to have a bad shooting performance from 3. And that's the reason why I can't convince myself it's the over. I think I'll just take UConn with the points, but man, there's just such a high possibility that Michigan just blows another team out. Like, it wouldn't be that crazy.
Mara is light in the ass. Reed going to get him in foul trouble. It's not a bad take. Yeah,
But then you
Reed.
still got Morris Johnson. I'm just not that worried about Michigan in their depth or anything like that. Like,
No, I'm not either.
they got fucking Yaxel Lundenborg in foul trouble and injured, and Arizona still had no chance.
This is so real, man. Caravan really does need to hit his threes. If Caravan goes out there and hits his threes, UConn is covering this game. Are they going to win? I really, really don't think so.
Is Solo Ball not playing?
That I don't know. I know people said he was in a walking boot. That I do not know.
So he's playing. Yeah, I mean, there's guys absolutely that could get hot and win this game for UConn. There's guys. Even Solo Ball, who I'm not a huge fan of, is a guy. Braden Mullins is a guy. Caravan is very obviously a guy.
My tweet about this game, let's see if you agree or disagree. I said Michigan will be just like the Seahawks. Everyone is going to bet them, and everyone is going to win Michigan by 20.
Yeah, I've seen that comparison made a lot, and it's certainly a good one.
Yeah. I'm not going to bet Michigan, obviously, but I am going to get involved. I'm going to get cute. I'll probably do, because I mean, if Michigan wins this game, fucking 84-80, I don't want to take away from the potential winnings. But I'll probably do a cheeky little ladder. I'm looking right now on Pickett. Let me pull it up real quick. W Pickett. If you don't have Pickett, download Pickett. Sync your sports books. Track your wagers. But even better, line shop. Look at this. Isn't this fucking beautiful? Tells you what books has the best odds. I'm looking at UConn's team total right now. Team total UConn. 70.5 under minus 135. They are not scoring over 70 points. I got to tell you that. Minus 106. So this seems to be the line. 69.5. I might do a cheeky little ladder. If I wanted to really stand on business, as Steak says that I never do, I'll go 60.5 under plus 415.
Wow, that is something.
You ready for that? You ready?
Sounds awful, but like I said, I respect the read. Sounds awful. Ball Talk would like to see the Michigan team total.
Michigan team total, great question, is 76.5. That's what that is. 75.5 over on the Green Book, minus 136. So, all right. Let's talk a little baseball.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you, and again, great job on your White Sox sweeping. Did you have any success with home run hitters? I have not had success with home run hitters. Yeah, we gotta figure that out. And I know Trent and Biev, I know their stance on taking home runs and home run parlays. They really don't like it, and that's fine. I think it's fun. I don't know that I'm gonna necessarily, only focus on home run bets. I like pitcher props more, but I do want to press some buttons on the diamond today. Didn't really do much yesterday except for the Pete Fairbanks thing. We have the Tampa Bay Rays home opener today at the Trop. Welcome back. I believe Shane McClanahan's pitching in this game against the Cubs. Cannot fucking wait. He's going against Jameson Taillon, and the Rays stake are minus 118. The total in this one is 8. Under minus 117. That kind of seems a little high of a total to me. Rays are a nuke. Oh boy, don't say that. I will not be nuking the Rays. I faded Tim Waltz and lost, and of course the Rays won the next fucking 2 games. But here's where we're at. Here are the splits. Pretty even. People like the Cubs, no doubt about it. But I also think people are going to get behind the Rays today and Shane pitching at the Trop for their debut. I want to bet on Shane McClanahan props. But I have to tread lightly because the truth of the matter is I haven't gotten off to a good start betting on my Rays yet. Junior Caminero did hit a home run last game. I watched that live. He got very lucky. Simeon Woods threw a nasty splitter, and then he threw it again, and Junior was like literally on his knees, like golf swung it, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Caminero's not looked great. He's made a lot of errors. I think he made 3 in like 1 game. The Rays really need to tighten the fuck up. I'm going to look at Shane McClanahan's history here. He's 0-1 with a 3 ERA. He really pitched well for the most part against a tough Brewers lineup. Yeah. Fell apart towards the end there in that 5th inning. Only had 4 Ks. While I pull this up, Steak, what are your thoughts on this game?
I think it's the Rays. I think it has to be the
Rays.
Yeah. I don't blame you for wanting to bet Shane, even though you like betting Rays pitchers, regardless of who they are. I think he's the best one. And I do agree with you. I watched pretty much at least the first 5 innings of that Brewers Rays game. I did think I bet the Rays in that one too. And he was very good until he was very bad and there was no middle. But I think he'll be better for longer in this one. And like, do we really? This is Tyone's second start.
So it says 0-0 with a 0 ERA. Great question. Let me check.
He pitched 4.2 innings, 4 walks, 3 Ks, 2 hits.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why RotoWire said struggles with walks in first start.
I think the Rays could get to him today.
Dude, you know what I'm starting to think as I'm looking at this a little bit more? I can't believe I haven't said his name and we've been talking about this game for a minute. Yandy. How is it not? He is the Rays. He is the Rays, whether you like it or not.
So you don't want to buy into Caminero back to back.
Oh, yeah. 100%. 100%. But I also want to be real about this. Junior does not look great. He really doesn't. Even though he hit that home run, he does not look great. He is far from a hot dude, but I'm down. Aranda did not look good in Minnesota either. I am down to bet on Junior Caminero. But guys, how the fuck is it not Yandy Diaz? He is the Rays. He's the best hitter in baseball, one of the best hitters in baseball. Shut up, Goots. First game back at the Trop, you're telling me Yandy's not going to do something today?
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm fine with it. My hitter will be Caminero, but I totally get what you're saying.
Oh, I'll sprinkle that too. I don't give a fuck. By the way, his history, 6 for 13, 2 RBIs and a walk against Tyone. Cedric Mullins, 5 for 14. He needs to get right. He's been awful. He's 5 for 14 with 2 home runs. So he is pretty good against Tyone. Time to take every Ray to get a hit. Yeah. Should I?
Take every Ray to get a hit. Sure.
Okay. I'm surprised you didn't push back on that. Maybe I will. Big Cheesy with a streak. Cedric Mullins hits, runs, RBIs. It's going to be Yandy Diaz day for me. All right, we'll move on to the next game. That is at 4:00, by the way, so get your wagers in accordingly. Let's talk about the Guardians. Your Guardians right now with the Cap, giving them respect. 6-4 against the Royals. Royals have looked like shit, even though they are 4-5. This is I don't have the lineup right now. I just have RotoWire up. I'd imagine the total is going to be low. Yeah. 7 over -120 on the green book. Guardians are -115. You got Waka going against Tanner Bybee. Bybee's 0-1 with a 4 ERA. Any thoughts here, Steak?
I think Bybee's made 2 starts this year. Hasn't been like awful, but he hasn't been great. 11 Ks.
You're right.
4 walks. Waka was great in his 6 innings. He's only made 1 start. 6 innings, 3 hits, only 1 walk and 7 Ks. The Royals bats have been disappointing. I tried to play they were going to get hot theory yesterday because they scored 8 runs against the Brewers. I was like, I'll back them again. Eventually these guys like have to get hot. They didn't. They lost to the Brewers. I think what sticks out to me is 7 total. Like I get no one's going to expect runs really, but 7 total feels crazy. Did they get that? Does Bybee get that much respect? Obviously Waka does.
I think this is an obvious under.
Is it a weather thing?
Well, I'll tell you right now. Hold on. Let me pull it up. 10 miles an hour left to right, 26% rain. It looks nice. 47 degrees. It's not freezing. It's not the best weather for baseball, but this is a really obvious under.
Okay. It's also another spot where I would not fade the Guardians. Wouldn't do it.
The Nerfy is the second most popular bet in this game, right behind Cleveland money line.
Yeah, I thought a Yerfy was disgusting in this one.
Yeah.
I might even get around to it.
This is a nasty over if you wanted it, but I'm probably going to stay off. And we'll keep moving. Herman Marquez, who looks to revive his career in San Diego and is off to a horrible start. He's 0-1 with a 12 ERA, goes against Bubba Chandler. Dude, I want to make something really, really clear. We keep saying this about sports, not really acting on it quite as much, but we've gotten better. We're not fading streaks.
No.
The Pittsburgh Pirates have won 5 in a row. Bubba Chandler is a dog. The Padres are 4-5. Herman Marquez is not a good pitcher. I know this looks super obvious. I know this looks square. The Pirates are -130 on the black and red book that makes poopy jerseys. The total is 8.5. I kind of just want to keep laying it with the Pirates. Why not?
You know Bubba Chandler didn't allow a hit?
Nope, I did not know that.
He only pitched like 4.2 innings or something, but he did not allow a hit. He walked 6 guys.
Holy shit.
Yeah. There's control issues there, but still think he's an absolute fucking dog.
I mean, Pittsburgh is very popular today, Steak. On Pickett, the popular markets, 632 bets on the Pirates, 98 on San Diego.
Yeah, it's a nasty play. San Diego's a nasty play. I'm not going to do it because there's a nasty play coming up that I want to do more.
Okay.
If I had been riding this Pirate streak the whole time, then I would say keep betting the Pirates. Do I think this is the right time to jump in and get involved with the Pirates? Not really, to be honest.
Okay. All right. You know what? I'll respect your take. You know who is a guy that has looked really good at the plate and has a good start to the year. He's one of my favorites. No, actually, I take that back.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. He's batting 222. Oh, he was 0 for 2 yesterday, but he did walk twice. He was 2 for 4 the game before that with a double. What I was going to say is I like Brian Reynolds because German Marquez is just not a good pitcher, and Reynolds he's a Jeff Sunday favorite. Let me look at he's only 1 for 2. Yeah, nobody's really got that good of a history here. Okay, so you're saying stay away. I respect that.
I really do think it's a stay away, yeah.
What a fun game here. The Reds and the Marlins. Marlins go back to Miami. -125 in the black and gold book. The Reds are, they're a tough team. They're a scrappy team. I really like this team. Jansen Junk, I like this guy. Brandon Williamson is going for the Reds. I'm not super familiar with him. But Junk is a guy that I don't really want to fade. He's got a 4 ERA. Williamson's 0-1 with an 11 ERA. So you could potentially look for him to have a bounce back game. Miami, they're not in the best spot, even though they're the home team. They did travel yesterday. Cincinnati's been on the road. And I think Cincinnati, did they win the series against the Rangers? Did they win yesterday?
Pretty sure they did, yeah.
Yeah, they had a pretty...
Swept the Rangers.
They swept the Rangers?
Yeah.
That's...
And also, Williamson gave up 3 home runs in 4.1 innings in his first start. 4.2, sorry.
I would like to get a little familiar with Brandon Williamson. Let's look at this real quick. He's a 28-year-old pitcher, and this guy's been grinding for 7 years. Since 2019, he's been in the majors, up and down, the minors, up and down, up and down. This is like his first year actually starting, and he played Pittsburgh. 94 pitches, 6 hits, 3 home runs, 2 walks, and 3 Ks. Yeah, I don't know. I don't love it, but this is
my nerfy of the night.
Oh, I'll tell that.
Yeah, nasty nerfy.
I like that.
It might be the Royals Guardians Yerfy too, but I'll let you know about that.
Okay. It's Yandy Day. Sorry, I'm just writing this down so I don't forget. Actually, I'm gonna stay away from the Pirates. Maybe B Reynolds Day.
Good. Thought we already agreed on that.
You know what I like to do, chat? What do you guys think about this? I like hit parlays. I'm not the biggest parlay guy in general, but you get like 3 guys. You get it around even money, depending on who you take. Sometimes even plus money, just like 3 guys to get 1 hit. I like hit parlays. I was doing them a little bit last year. I might get back into it. I also like hit parlays. Yeah. I hate offensive baseball parlays in general. I take guys for a hit. He walks 3 times. Very, very fair. Yeah, very fair. Love pitcher props. All right. Good game here. 7-2 Milwaukee against 2-7 Boston. Brian Bayo against Brandon Woodruff. I say Brian Bayo's last name different every time, by the way. I can't figure out if it's Bayo or Bello.
I think it's Bayo.
Yeah, I think it might be too. Vinny P and Yandy today hit parlays, Jeffrey. All right. I like where your head's at, Cam. I might ladder Yandy hits. Could be a 4-for-4 game for him.
Okay.
Milwaukee is -115 on the green and gold book. Total is 8. I'm not betting on the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
And that's really kind of.
You could argue this line is telling you to do so, but I do not want to do it.
You want me to give you a baseball brain take?
Yeah.
I thought Brandon Woodruff looked really good, and I watched him pitched against the Rays. He went 5 innings, only 67 pitches, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. He allowed 2 home runs, 6 Ks. He did not walk 1 person.
Yeah.
I would probably take Milwaukee first 5.
Okay. Yeah.
Just back Brandon Woodruff because I thought he looked really good. Or maybe even a first 5 under.
Yeah. Bayo kind of got knocked around in 4.2 innings.
Yeah. Paid my Giants, you might become Bezos. Yep. Lil Shoot 'em Up says ran 12 miles yesterday, cramping at my desk right now. Yeah. Yeah, it's not good. You listen, you really get a sense of how like old people start to wear down when you listen to like PFT and Big Cat talk. And PFT says did you hear him say he like pulled his calf? And so then he was like rehabbing and he pulled his other calf.
I didn't see that. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. It's like, man, this guy just never stretches. He probably can't even touch his toes. All right. We'll keep moving here. I think tempo pace is pretty good. St. Louis. Well, what did you want to do in that game? Anything?
Nah, I'm going to pass.
Okay. The St. Louis Cardinals are minus 115 in Washington today.
Your guy. Your guy.
Oh, 2 of my guys. I like Littell too. So let's see what Littell did. Littell's a former Ray. He's just a grinder. He's not even that good. He just grinds. Let's see what he did. 5 innings, 75 pitches, 6 hits, 300 runs. See, like, this is what you would expect from Zach Littell. On the road against the Philadelphia Phillies, he gave you 5 innings, 75 pitches. He got hit 6 times. He only allowed 3 runs. What more do you want from a guy named Zach Littell against the Phillies on the road? What more do you want? This is a first 5 under.
It's a low total, right? You want to back your guys? I'll tell you. I think this total's low. Any Nationals game with an 8 total is kind of crazy to me.
Want to go no home run?
That would be, yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Where is Snowman in here? That fucking Andre Palante hater. First 5 under and no home run. All right, let's do it. Ooh, Dodgers against the Blue Jays. Dodgers minus 142. A little World Series rematch. This should be a good game. Who do we have going here? Justin Robleski and Max Scherzer. I mean, dare I say the Blue Jays would be contrarian home dog here?
Yeah. It's almost the thing that scares me is it's so obvious because you lose a series to the Rockies and you get swept by the White Sox. You're pretty disgusting to take against the Dodgers. I know Scherzer probably better and more well-respected than Robleski, but 123 is short as hell. And I'm going to pay my $100 to find out on the Toronto Blue Jays money line. That's already been added to my card.
I like runs.
You like runs? Yeah. Well, the Blue Jays are going to need some to win this one. So
yeah,
but I like Blue Jays more than runs.
What is it? 9 on the black and gold. You get 8.5 over minus 120. Yeah, I like that. I might even like the first 5 over. How are the bullpens? Cam, you're a Dodgers guy. Dodgers pens rested. Phil Zutley in here. Phil Zutley's a good bullpen. Are any of these guys taxed? Yep. Blowout easy, says Exo Grimy. Really? I like the Jays too, but dude, that lineup is pathetic. I landed on the Dodgers by face fight. Yeah, sure. I got no problem with anybody.
Someone saying that.
The Tigers and the Twins. Wow, what a day of baseball we have today. Jeez, good matchups. Total is 7 in this one. Twins are minus 120. You've got Joe Ryan.
Minus 120. God, Joe Ryan gets respect.
Yeah, he really does. He was favored on the road in Kansas City, and he got lit up. He got lit up. I don't know what to think here, man. I really don't know what to think here. I don't know what to think here. I'm torn.
I'll take the Twins.
You will?
Yeah, I'll take Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan money line.
Do you think it's one of those things where it's like when a bad team is favored, you think they'll pay out more often than not? They'll win more often than not?
Kinda.
Yeah, I agree with you. Top guys pitched yesterday, but not Saturday, so technically available. Got it. All right. Square under?
Square under, square Nerfy spoke to me a little bit, but mostly just the Twins.
I'm going to say this is a square first 5 under. That's what I think. probably fucking.
Don't have to say much about White Sox Orioles because it's the White Sox. It's always the White Sox. It will always be the White Sox. But also the Orioles don't have a pitcher yet, I don't think.
Roto says Albert Suarez.
Oh, got it. Okay, I was showing
Going against Fetty.
I have Taylor for the White Sox. Interesting.
I think something I want to do is just keep leaning into streaks, and the Orioles are on a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, well, it's double streaks then because the White Sox just swept and the Orioles just got swept.
Oh, dude. Man, all these things are starting to come back to me a little bit, where like trends and stuff we used to lean into when I was trend hunting in MLB. Do you remember one of the things that I said?
Teams who got swept lose the next game.
Yeah. You always think, oh, they just got swept. They're gonna come back, bounce back, and win, and they would lose the first game of the following series. Put the White Sox on my fucking card today.
That's a very steak and degen theory for sure.
Love that. Yeah, it was working. Pete home run, dude. Pete Alonso looks terrible at the plate. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Once O's find themselves, they will be nasty. I don't disagree.
I don't disagree with the bats. The pitching, I have questions about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not kidding. I think they could be a really bad team. I'm not saying they're going to have the least amount of wins in baseball, but I was half joking when I tweeted that. It was looking at me funny because Bassett looked really old, and it's like, who do they actually have? Bradish got banged up, and I know it's early.
Yeah, it's not that Bradish can't bounce back. Bassett looked like a guy who might be just cooked.
Yeah. The Seattle Mariners and the Texas Rangers. Rangers minus 115 in this one. Total 7.5. Another great game of baseball on this card today. DeGrom going. He's got a 5.79 ERA against Gilbert. He's got a 6.75 ERA. Two really good pitchers looking to bounce back. Is this an obvious nerfy, Steak?
Yeah, I was going to say it was a fun Yerfie.
Yep.
I mean, the Rangers just put up a stinker at home. I think it was their home opener. They scored 3 runs and lost 5-3. Then they scored 0 runs and lost 2-0. Then they scored 1 run and lost 2-1. An absolute stinker from the Rangers in their home opener. And for the most part, the Mariners put up a stinker too. They had the 3-1 win in extras, and then they lost 1-0. I know Joe Adell's went in God mode that game, and then they lost in extras yesterday. So obvious nerfy for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of would be more interested in thinking the Rangers bats get going and the Mariners too.
So you like a nasty over?
Maybe. I definitely like a nasty Yerfie.
You're betting against the idea of Gilbert and DeGrom bouncing back.
Yeah, kind of.
I like that. I like that. I'm kind of with that. It could take a couple starts for these guys to get going. There's nothing that crazy about it. So I'm not against that. I just want to see real quick. It looks like it's 7.5 across the board. The Nerfy is the 3rd most popular bet. You know what the 4th most popular bet is? Logan Gilbert under 2.5 earned runs.
That just feels like just overreaction to how bad the Rangers were in that series with the Reds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. Okay. Let's go back to the board.
We'll have to hurry up these next few because if I'm not mistaken, I feel like they said they were going to run Yap early during BTL time.
Yeah. Well, we just have 3 games left. It'll take us 2 seconds or take us like 5 minutes.
I don't have a lot to say about
I don't either. Astros minus 165 in Colorado. No, thank you. Cody Bolton going against Ryan Feltner. We have nothing to talk about in this one. Yep. This is a great game to talk about. The 5-5 Angels against the 6-4 Braves. And I say it's a great game because you have Jose Soriano, who's 2-0 with a 0 ERA against Chris Sale, who's 2-0 with a 0.75 ERA. This, if you live in Anaheim, or no, it's in LA now. Sorry. You should go to this fucking game 1,000,000%. And it's probably the only Angels game that's worth going to. I would be very surprised if you found people betting the Angels today, Steak. That's what I think. After a walk-off win with Sale coming in, nobody thinks Jose Soriano can keep getting away with it. I don't know. I'm kind of into it. I'm kind of into the Angels at a plus price at home here, plus 145 in the black and gold book. What do you think about that?
I think you can't. Fading Jose Soriano is silly right now, and you're right. There's no doubt that the Braves are the popular play. I don't want to back the Angels, though. It just simply means I don't want to bet the Braves. Braves okay. Super, super obvious.
Okay, fair enough.
Off back-to-back losses to the Diamondbacks as well. TD Corral says they still play in Anaheim.
Oh, they do? Okay, thank you very much for that clarification. All right, last game on the board, and then we'll wrap it up. BTL, You're not starting at 12:30 Central Time. Okay, so that's 1:30. Andrew Painter, 1-0 with a 1.69 ERA. He had 8 Ks, I believe, in his first start. He did great. I think I had the first 5 under in that game against Adrian Hauser, who also looked good. 0-1 with a 1.69 ERA against the dog shit Giants. How is it not?
That's what I'm saying. You can say the same thing as me. It's short as fuck, right?
Short as fuck. It is short as fuck. I don't know that I want to play that game, though, but minus 116, the splits are exactly what you would think they'd be, too. Everybody's on them.
They want to fade the team coming back from course, and I obviously know about that system. I know it's popular. I'm more with what Degen said. Instead of saying bat the Phillies team total under, I'd more be interested in Giants team total over. They haven't scored over 3 runs in their last 5 games.
So, yeah. Painter, his over strikeout line is 4.5. It's only minus 115. This is by far the most popular bet right now, according to Pickett. 484 bets. The next most bet thing is I keep saying the Flyers. The Phillies money line, 258 bets. The next most popular bet is an alt line on Painter strikeouts. You get what I'm going with this, right?
I do, yes.
We got to start tracking on the most popular bet on Pickett and see how it goes. But this is incredibly obvious to me to take Painter strikeouts. How about I have a cheeky play? You don't have to bet on the Giants' bats to score runs. You just bet on their at-bats to be competitive. Take Andrew Painter under outs.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think I'd rather do the runs, but I definitely get what you're saying. It makes perfect sense. You kind of want to fade Painter more, and I kind of want to back Giants bats more.
Sure. All right. Let's do a quick recap, and then we will shut it down. What are you on in the national championship game tonight?
UConn plus 7.5.
All right. I'm going to be on UConn team total under. Cubs and Rays. I think it's Yandy Diaz day. I will sprinkle as well on Junior Cameronero to hit a home run because we're going to be leaning into that system of guys going back to back. Anything else you like in this game?
Rays money line.
Okay. Guardians and Royals. Tanner Bybee going against Waka. Pretty square, but I think it's probably it's an obvious under, and I have nothing.
Nasty Yerfy.
Padres and Pirates. I have B. Reynolds to do something.
Excited to watch it. Don't think you should be betting on this one.
Reds and Marlins. I'll probably stay away.
This is my Nerfy of the night.
Oh, tailing that's the first thing I wrote. Sorry, I missed that.
Okay.
Milwaukee and Boston. Maybe Brewers first 5.
Red flag, stay away. That's what this game is for me.
Nationals, Cardinals, Palante, and Littell, 2 guys I like. I'm going to go first 5 under.
And I'm going to tell you.
Dodgers and Blue Jays, Scherzer, Wroblewski. I like runs. I'm going to go over.
I'm going to go Blue Jays money line. Surely I won't regret it.
Orioles, White Sox, Albert Suarez against Eric Fetty. I'm going to go White Sox money line.
You know what fucking time it is.
I do know what time it is. It's White Sox time. Twins and Tigers. You're going to go Twins. They are favored in this one. Joe Ryan gets a lot of respect. I'm going to go first 5 under, even though it's square.
Joe Ryan money line.
Okay. Jacob deGrom and Logan Gilbert, the Rangers and the Mariners. I have nothing in this one.
Your fear of the over. I'll figure it out.
Astros, Rockies. We have nothing. Angels and Braves. I'm going to take a shot at the Angels here.
I'm going to pass.
Okay. And then Painter and the Phillies against the Giants. We're going to fade Painter. I'm going to take his under outs. You're going to take the Giants team total.
Yep.
All right. Awesome. Great job today. Steak, 2 hours on the dot. Sorry for the late start, but we had the late ending because we are for the people. Good luck on all your wagers. Thank you as always for tuning in. We might have to have a late start tomorrow as well. I apologize about that, but we'll do what we can. Steak, I'll check you later.
Bye.